Oh, those look so good. Craig Pike, he is the mastermind behind Craig's Cookies, and he joins us this morning to show us the recipe that started it all, his classic chocolate chip. And Craig joins us this morning from Toronto. Craig, it's nice to see you. Good morning.
Hey, Jeff. Hey, Carolyn.
All right, before we get into the recipe, Craig, could you tell us just a bit about how Craig's Cookies, how did it get started?
Absolutely. I'm an actor and a musician, and in 2013, I had a month off of work, and I needed to pay my Rogers bill, so I thought I'd get creative. I'd sell cookies. I hopped on social media and started letting everybody know that I had a great cookie recipe, and between the jigs and the reels, in the last 6 years, between 2013 and 2018, we sold thousands of cookies and opened my first shop in 2018, and now we have 6 of them all across the country.
And I hear you just opened one in St. John's. That's where you grew up, St. John's, Newfoundland, right?
I am from St. John's. We just opened in the middle of November over in Duckburg. Have you been to Newfoundland?
I have not. I worked in Nova Scotia, but I did not make my way to the Rock, which I completely regret. So that is definitely a bucket list trip.
Let me know when you do, and I'll show you around.
Okay, awesome. Well, we're munching on cookies.
In the meantime, you're going to show us around the classic chocolate chip cookie this morning. And you say that actually your recipe was inspired by Mom?
Yeah, it's my mom's chocolate chip cookie recipe. We used to make it at the holiday season. And so when I used to have to go to potlucks, remember potlucks when those were a thing? I'd bring cookies. And my mom is really proud of me that I've been able to take it this far with the chocolate chip cookie recipe.
Geez, of all the things that we've said over the last couple of years, remember when that was a thing? That's one I forgot about. Potlucks. My goodness.
Potlucks, yeah.
All right, so let's get baking. Without giving away too much, what are you going to divulge?
Yeah, so we're just going to start. We're going to crack 2 eggs into your mixer, whichever kind of mixer you have. It doesn't have to be anything special or fancy. And then we're going to take some vanilla and put the wet ingredients all together in at the same time with then salted butter. I like to use salted butter because it's a nice balance with all the sweet and the chocolate and stuff. So I'm going to pop that in as well with then the brown sugar and white sugar. It's equal parts. And then I'm going to leave that up to you to figure out what equal parts that is. I'm going to pop that in the mixer as well. And then we're going to turn her on. In the meantime, we're going to get our flour ready. And then we're going to add salt and baking soda. And then we're going to mix that in with the brown sugar and white sugar, the salt and the baking soda and the flour. And we're going to cream that together until it becomes like a Play-Doh consistency, kind of wet, but still kind of soft and dry. And then when all the ingredients come from the bottom of the bowl, you know it's mixed perfectly. This is when you get to add the chocolate chips. Now, if you're like me, you're probably going to be chomping on them throughout the entire experience. But pop them in. We're going to put 2 cups in of chocolate chips, and you're going to let that mix around again. What you're going to end up is with that Play-Doh consistency, but now with the chocolate chips, so it's a little bit tougher. Now, the treat of Craig's Cookies is that we take chocolate cookies and then we put stuff inside of it. And what I love about that and what I love telling people is that you get to, at your own home, get to choose what extra kind of love and extra kind of ingredient you want to add to your chocolate chip cookie recipe. So today, because it's the holiday season, we're going to put candy canes in. So little candy cane bits that I got from Bulk Barn, and then some cookies and cream bars. And we're going to mix that all in together, and it's going to mix all in. And then what you end up with is something that I mixed earlier this morning, is a chocolate chip cookie dough with candy canes and Hershey's chocolate chip cookie dough chocolate bar inside. You mold those into like a puck, kind of, about the size of a golf ball. You grab your tray, and then you put it on the tray about equidistant from each other. If a tray about this big, you put about 4 cookies on, pop them on there, and then you pop them in the oven. Preheat your oven to 375. If you don't do that before, you're going to have to wait a little longer for your cookies. But I've done it before. I baked some cookies this morning, and they're ready to go. And here we are. We have 4 cookies. They're classic chocolate chip cookies, my mom's recipe, and we added candy canes and cookies and cream chocolate bar.
Oh, and is there anything better than the smell of freshly baked cookies permeating throughout the entire house?
There really isn't. I don't think so. I mean, I'm also a little biased. Do you mind if I have one?
Yeah, you know what? You were good enough to send some our way in studio, so I will join you. Carolyn, I'm sorry. I know you're at home out of an abundance of caution, and I can't promise there's going to be any cookies left when you get back here.
Why today could I not make it to the studio? Look at those cookies.
Oh, and
We'll
they're
send you some,
really
Carolyn,
good. So good. All right, if you've got a sweet tooth, you can order Craig's Cookies online at craigscookies.com. Craig, thanks so much for this. Great to catch up with you, and best of the holidays.
Happy holidays. Thanks for having me.